I would have loved to spit on that bitch's face and call her and just walk right out of the room. Hey! Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm here with another human being.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Daniela. I am friends with Michael that, oh my god, I've known him since like birth.
Literally, we've known each other since I would say like
Kindergarten
at least.
Yeah.
We haven't seen each other in like a while, I would say, but
Yeah, since we went to college.
Here now, because Daniela is also a YouTuber and she makes really cute videos, like cool vlogs, because she's always traveling and like living the life. And as you can also tell that this video isn't in shit quality because I'm not filming it on my MacBook. We're using Daniela's camera, so you get a quality looking video for once. And we also filmed a video on her channel. We built gingerbread houses. That's why we
Mine
have
fell
this
apart.
right here.
His obviously was
I'm
better
like-
than mine because mine is like shit, but whatever.
It's like my teeth are literally rotting out of my mouth already from the sugar, but
We figure, you know, we're gonna share some story times about our awful AP English teacher from junior year. And right off the bat, we're gonna call her Miss Goonie.
Yeah. Disclaimer, not her real name.
Not her real name for privacy reasons, but if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Danielle and I had the lovely experience of having that class together. And we sat next to each other in the class. And
Our last names.
our last names are both with P, so we sat next to each other. Miss Goonie, like the setup of her classroom was an obscure way to set up a classroom, if you ask me. She like literally, it was like a horseshoe, and then like a mini horseshoe in between.
Me and Michael were in the front.
We were like right in the
direct
front.
eyesight with her. It was terrifying.
She basically was just like this blob that sat in her desk and just yelled at us. Instead of actually teaching us and like making us learn things, she would just like berate us all day.
This was our second period class
Yeah.
of the day as well, and we had our first period class together too.
Right.
We had AP US history, and from first period
Right.
to second period was literally like 2 steps.
Literally 2 steps, and that was like the most like scary part of the day. Like,
I was walking. That was
like, this is not clickbait. Like, when you could think of like a devil as a teacher, this was Miss Goonie.
Miss Goonie.
I have no idea who the fuck hired this woman as an educator, but
Just, you know, it wasn't vegan.
I was telling Daniela earlier, like, I would like literally like start shaking because I was so anxious to go in her class. Like, my fucking fingers would like turn purple because I was losing like circulation. Like, it literally got to that point. Like, it just like, why should I be so nervous to go sit in a classroom and like learn?
Michael would literally like come up to me and be like, oh my god, like I'm gonna skip today, like I can't do it.
Like there have been like
I would be alone.
I would have to like I think one time I might have like went and sat in the bathroom for 40 minutes. I think another time I went to the nurse and like faked like a stomach ache because I did not want to see this fucking Wicked Witch of the West.
Everyone who had her before us, like all the it was like we were juniors at this time, so all the seniors were like, oh my god, you like don't get on her bad side this class, like she's the devil, and we're just like, oh my god, she can't be that bad. She was worse than
She was
that.
so bad. She was so meticulous. You couldn't say yeah or
in your answer, like
you had to say yes. Because people in the real world say yes all the time. Like, fuck off. Sad thing is, as a person, like,
you could tell she had a lot of knowledge.
she was very, very smart. She went to Dartmouth. She was she's like a member of Mensa. Like, she is a really smart woman, but it's like, wouldn't you want to like share your knowledge with us instead of like harassing us because we didn't understand something? He like did this thing where like a lot of the class was like about like rhetoric and like rhetorical like strategies and like writing and stuff.
I still don't know what rhetoric means.
I
do, but
alliteration, like metaphors and stuff. And like English was always my favorite subject. Like
Me too.
I really liked writing. So in the class, like she would make us do like rhetorical strategies or whatever. We would have to find 3 like newspaper articles a week and like kind of like analyze them and like in our notebooks like. And
was that mandatory?
Well,
because I never did that.
Yeah, because the thing is, she would sometimes like randomly call on you in class to like share one that you found. So as long as you had like 1 or 2 in your notebook, like you were kind of good. I'm pretty sure like it got to the point where like she would call on people to share theirs and like they wouldn't have any to share. So it made her like yeah. And so this is like more than halfway through the school year. She like crazy on us and was like, I calculated it at like this point, like you should have 75 in your notebooks. Like if you were doing 3 a week, I personally, I think I had like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I had like 1.
Yeah, and I think
I had like 1 a week.
literally, like I think I did 1 like a month, really. I think the person with the most had like 22.
Oh yeah.
Of the 75 we were supposed to have. She made us work on these things called like 6-sentence outlines or something, right?
Oh my god, I
Right. So it was like she would give us like an
those.
essay prompt and we would have to kind of like write an outline of the essay but in like 6 sentences. It was really strange. While she was going around individually to check our notebooks for the 75 articles, she wanted us to all like individually in groups like discuss our 6-sentence outlines to like keep us busy. How could we keep busy while she was literally attacking people? It was like kind of like, oh my god, is this real? Like, I'm surprised no one pulled out their phone and like recorded it, because that would have gone viral. Like, she was just like going around the room like harassing everyone. Like, people were crying. Like, she literally would make people feel like they were the scum of the earth because they didn't do these articles.
Like, people would be crying in the hallway and they'd be like, oh my god, what's up with them? They're just like, oh, Miss Goonie like made her cry.
Yeah, Miss Goonie made you cry, and it's like, and I didn't cry, but I remember.
I think I just cried like after class or something.
Right.
Like,
and so Danielle and I sat next to each other. We were sitting there and like there was not much to discuss. Like, we read our 6 sentences and we were like, who knows what this woman wants from us? Like, let's continue watching her berate people. We're sitting there and out of nowhere, I'm not even lying, I will never forget it. Like, I still have dreams about this because I would have loved to spit on that bitch's face and call her a cunt and just walk right out of the room.
I don't care about my haters, and if you want to fight me, then fight me.
I was just like a little like dweeb in high school. And
Yeah.
she turns to me and like literally looks me dead in the eyes and goes, Michael, what on earth are you doing? And I was like, what? Like,
oh my god,
she literally
I so remember
stopped
this.
like attacking the
I remember
person that she was like checking their notebook for and like started attacking me. And I wanted to be honest and be like, watching you like belittle people in front of the whole class, like that's honestly what I'm doing. But I was like, oh, we were like we just finished reading our 6-sentence outlines.
Oh my god, I remember
And
this.
so
This was
she's like,
so sad.
and she goes, really? And so she storms over to our like desk. She picks up my 6-sentence outline, scans it with her like devilish eyes for like literally like 3 seconds. I swear on my life this happened. Slams it on the table in front of me and says,
absolutely worthless.
I remember that.
she's like, try harder next time. You might be able to get like a 2 on the AP exam, or like you'll be lucky if you get a 2 on the AP exam.
Oh my god, I so
And I'm
remember
like,
that.
I'm not living my life for this AP exam, and you can go fuck yourself, you old hag. Turned around like nothing happened, and then went back to where she left off
And
of
I'm just
checking
like, I
everyone's
had
things.
a front row seat of this. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
You were probably like trembling in your
I
seat
literally, I
because
was
she
like,
got so close to you.
I know.
like-
I thought she was gonna turn around and be like, you, and I was like,
Right.
like I didn't know where to look. And like the best,
Yeah.
literally like every single time she yelled at someone in our class, like me and Michael would just be like this and just like look over, like just like look at each other, like like I saw your eyes
Yeah.
like trembling.
She's the reason why I turned the Siri feature off on my phone, because one day my phone was in my pocket and I hit it with my arm or something, because I'm smart. Like, I knew better to never go on my phone in that class or I would be whipped. And Siri goes off and I'm like, like literally like, is this real life? And she's like, whose phone is that? And I was like,
It's mine. I'm sorry. I accidentally hit it.
shut it off.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Yeah? I mean,
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm doing it now.
First is she was always like, the bell doesn't dismiss you.
I dismiss you.
And I would have class upstairs after too, and every single time like we didn't like do something right, like we
Right.
didn't understand like the question or anything, she would keep us like 5 minutes after class. And there was like a 2-minute period before like we had to be in the
Right.
next class. She'd be like,
yeah, and she wouldn't give you a late pass.
oh no, and we didn't even like, we knew like we couldn't even get up like to push our chairs in. She would like, the bell rang and we'd still be sitting and she'd be like,
Go.
Sense that the class was about to end, like
You couldn't
and
pack
and you
up.
like organized your notebook just so it was like ready for you to put in your backpack. She would sense those things and then purposely like make you stay longer so that you couldn't leave.
yeah, so I would have
Like-
to wait for that and sprint upstairs to class every day.
She was literally like a dictator. Like it really was not like a normal junior year, like 11th grade English teacher. Like we were 16, 17 years old. Like, and the thing about this woman is that she would instantly pick favorites. So
Yeah.
basically, like, based on her judgment of you within like the first few weeks of school, if she decided that you're not, like, you know, worthy of her, like, class or whatever, she more or less would, like, pick on you more. So
People that didn't like raise their hand.
people that, like, she knew might be a little bit more unprepared than others or stuff like that. And then she had her absolute favorites that, like, no matter what they said, she'd be like, that's so good, like, she would, like, kiss their ass.
It was- yeah, it was-
more or less it was like, had to be like vegetarian or something. Like, she always loved people that were like vegetarian and like really environmentally. If you agreed with every stance that of her like personality and everything she liked, then she would like you. But if she sensed that you weren't like that, then she wouldn't. And it's just like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
or
like,
if you like challenged her in any way,
Right.
she would hate you. There was one girl in her class, we'll call her like Samantha. Like, she like always like argued with her and always had something like opinionative to say. And then like towards the end of the year, she finally was like, you know what, like, there's no point in me like arguing with her, like, I'm done. Like, she would always agree with her teacher.
Right.
And then I just remember one time Miss Gooney was like, oh my god, did you do the reading or like something? She's like, did you do this? And then Samantha was like, no, I don't, like, I didn't do it. Or she was like, I don't understand, I didn't do it. And then she was like,
What? Like you
didn't
what?
do it? Like,
and that was like when me and
Yeah,
my
I
girl
didn't
would
do
like
it.
stare at each other and be like, oh my god, like, shit's going down.
Right. I get it, like, you know, you're in school, you're responsible, you're supposed to be studying and doing your work, whatever, but you're also your own person, and if you don't do a homework assignment, I can understand, like, you getting a 0
we have
for it.
6
Okay, don't yell at me like a second-class citizen or something. Like, give me the 0 if I didn't do the work and move on. Like, you're not my mother, you're no one in my life that should be talking to me the way that you're talking to me. The sad thing is, it's like, she was such a smart woman, and like, I didn't learn anything from her class besides to be afraid, like, and I wouldn't even say I was afraid of her, like, it was just like, I got so much anxiety because it was just like,
Oh my God,
so
yeah.
uncomfortable, like, watching her yell at people, and like, it's just for no reason, like, this is like an English class in high school, like, when is this doesn't even matter in the real world.
Yeah, especially like if you don't know the answer, like, I'm sorry, I'm the student, like,
Right.
if I don't know it, your job is to teach
me, like,
not to belittle me because I don't
Right.
know it.
I would say we were like the second period class of the day. There was an 8th period one too. And you know, when we would see them, they would see us during the day and be like, oh my god, how was she today? Like, we had her first, so like we would tell them like how she was.
I felt so bad for the 8th
But
period
like, I thought
class.
she was like a lot nicer to them, to be honest.
I think because it's,
the end of the day, maybe she was
I don't know.
tired. Like,
yeah, I guess.
I was like,
I feel
I mean-
like I would expect her to like be even worse towards the end of the day.
Right.
Because she'd be like so over it. She favorited more people in that class.
In that class, yeah.
So she was nicer to that class, and for us, it was just like hell.
people always were like, oh, like, your grade is so sensitive. Like, she really is a good teacher underneath it all. Like, people are just dramatic and they want to see her get in trouble. And it's like, no, I'm sorry. Like, you're giving me, like, you're, like, affecting me, like, mentally and physically. Like, the fact that I turned purple going into this class because this woman, like, thought she could, like, talk to us the way she did. Like, we ended up all anonymously. I don't remember if you did this, but a lot of us in our period class and the later period class went to the office about her. And we had private meetings with the guidance counselors about Miss Gooney and the stuff that she put us through. And they were like, okay, we're going to handle this.
So she was old. So her contract or something that she signed.
She had like tenure. Like,
she had that. So like they couldn't fire her.
Yeah. And she was really good friends with the principal at the time, who of course left the year after we graduated. She was a whole nother, I hate that bitch.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when we went to the guidance counselors, they were like, you know, this is confidential. We promise you, like,
Oh my
she won't
God.
find out.
Yeah, no, the next day.
Next day, she's
told
like,
our class.
Huh. You guys think you're cute going to the office against me, like thinking like you're gonna get me fired, like in trouble? Well, they gave me a list of all the names and I know who went and blabbed about, saying that I'm picking on them and all this stuff.
literally said those things to us.
Oh
Like,
my
and
God.
so if your name was on that list, you were like basically dead to her. Like, she would treat you even worse than before if she knew that you went to the office on her.
Oh my God.
In what world is that okay?
I remember because you told me the next day, and I was like, you know
I was like, I'm one of those people she's talking about.
No, because you were like, I went to the office, and I was like, honestly, like, I'm going to as well. And in that class, she was like, I have all your names, and I was like, good thing I didn't go do that.
Yeah, and so she was like literally like I'm pretty sure she like graded people based on it too. Like it just, Very unethical.
Honestly, junior year of high school was the worst year of my high school experience.
I had the worst grades. I
had the worst grades too. I hated junior year. I wanted to literally kill myself junior year. It was
junior year,
awful.
yeah, and it wasn't even like anything to do with like college and stuff. It was just like the classes.
No,
and her.
Senior year, I got straight A's. I was like always like hanging out with my friend. I had a great senior year. Junior year, I wanted to literally die.
Right.
So yeah.
Senior year was great, and I was usually like an A and B student. And junior year, like I had like a D in one of my class. I had like C's. Like long story short, this was a teacher, and I'm pretty sure she's still teaching there. And I've heard people like, you know, stories from family friends who have like younger kids that go there now.
A scary story you tell like at
night. Right. And like we're telling you the honest to God truth. And Miss Goonie, if you're watching this, you know who you are. Okay, well, I'm glad you heard our lovely rant about Miss Goonie.
We have so many more rants. So
we do.
We're gonna be filming a bunch more of these.
Yes, it'll be. I had so much fun. Like, we'll definitely film again together. And we did a video, like I said, on her channel where we made cute little gingerbread houses.
And talked about college.
And talked about college.
And high school a little bit.
High school, college, just like, you know. I will leave the link down below, and hopefully you can go check it out and subscribe to her as well, because she makes really good videos. And
make us YouTube famous.
Make us YouTube famous so we don't have to get full-time jobs.
Yeah, so we can keep making more of these videos.
Yeah, and I can afford a camera like this that doesn't look like I'm filming in a cave. Bye. Bye.